I was at the recent protest against the Kaipara Council, and as usual, it was not at all how the news presented it. Let's take a look at some coverage. Here's One News.
There were police altercations and accusations of racism as hundreds of people protested today about the removal of Kaipara District Council's Māori ward.
Police are the very first thing mentioned in the story, despite there being no arrests or serious incidents. Just gives protesters a bit of a criminal vibe. And they make it sound like accusations of racism is the issue here, as opposed to the repeated pattern of anti-Māori behaviour from the council.
Outside, the tension was palpable.
It stops today, Whānau! Don't you do this to Te Ao Māori again!
Protesters fired up as the Kaipara District Council gathered to vote on the future of its Māori ward.
That did not reflect the energy outside at all. Yes, those things happened. There was banging on the wall for about 1 minute right at the end as councillors voted, but this was after hours of waiata haka and speeches. As to the footage of the wahine giving a kōrero and the children doing a haka, to present these as examples of tension, I find that problematic. These are very normal parts of Māori culture. There was nothing tense about those moments. Here's a more rounded picture of what the protest felt like on the day.
Why are we not in there?
The people who identify Pākehā Tauiwi as tangata tiriti, we're increasing and we're going to support Māori every inch of the way.
Yes. We can stop this bull from happening right now. You're prepared to follow me and we storm this building. I'm serious, man. I'm not joking, bro.
Keep standing, Tato. Keep standing. Hold that flag high.
The editing team made a deliberate decision to pick those seconds of tension to highlight the beginning of the story. In my view, the vibe was more empowering than tense. We all knew how the vote would go because we've watched the 6-strong majority vote together on almost every vote.
A little of this, I haven't had time to hear from all the community. There's been, yes, but there's 16,000 plus people in this district. So I am not voting in this. No, I am abstaining from voting on this amendment.
New Zealand is racist as a duck. If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
So this was, I felt, more about us coming together. Here's how 3 News chose to frame the protest.
Extraordinary scenes at an extraordinary council meeting. Kaipara's lone Māori ward councillor Pera Paniora not alone in the fight to keep them.
Ah yes, the classic angry brown woman yelling at those poor fragile councillors. This was central to both news pieces. What they didn't show you though is that this wahine toa, Miharo Edwards, was also the first to help the councillor Ron Manderson when he collapsed outside right after he voted to disestablish the Māori ward. The news pieces also didn't remind viewers of the history of the council's racism. Remember, this is the council that famously banned karakia on its first meeting, drawing the biggest ever local government hikoi in Dargaville. After banning karakia, Gibson asked Paniora, the Māori ward councillor, "How Māori are you?" saying he felt very Indigenous himself. Gibson has been consistently rude to her, the only Māori person on the council. Paniora's ancestors actually gifted land to the settlers in this region, and this is how she gets treated now? This council also removed all Te Reo Māori from council documents and put forward a plan to translate some of them with AI. There was more, including scrapping environmental plans and relationship arrangements with local iwi, all of which done without any consultation with iwi, which is apparently a legal requirement under the Local Government Act. In this case, the mayor put the Māori ward to a council vote so that just 10 people get to decide its future instead of putting it to a poll at the next election. If they're all about democracy, why not let the people decide? A poll would have also saved the council $20,000, now possibly up to $70,000 due to iwi taking council to court for lack of consultation.
The cost to do a representation review is approximately $25,000.
Would it not be cheaper for our ratepayers who are responsible for fiscal responsibility to represent for us to postpone the decision today, given there's a High Court proceeding before then an injunction tomorrow, which will stop the representation review in its tracks anyway? Is it not cheaper for us to defer the decision now until iwi have been consulted to? And there's $50,000 on top of the $25,000 if this council goes ahead today. Just bear that in mind.
There are various possible outcomes, but yes, there is a possibility.
This has been such a journey, and we've still got more than a year to go before the elections. What else can we do? How else can we destroy our relationship with our iwi?
So, with all that disrespect, with the lack of democratic processes, you can understand why some protesters wanted to disrupt the meeting. Some wanted to go inside and shut it down altogether, but the rangatira told us to stay outside and everyone respected their leadership. My point here being that yes, everything you saw on the news happened, but what did you not see? How much racism and insults have the councillors thrown at Paniora and the wider Māori community? And what else did protesters do for the rest of the 5 or so hours that they were there? Where was all the articulate speeches, the songs, and the joy? This is how stereotypes are created, by highlighting certain aspects and downplaying others. If the context of the council's anti-Māori history is shared and an honest picture of the protest is painted, the real takeaway would probably be more like, wow, those protesters really held themselves back from disrupting the racist councillors consistently disrespecting them on their own whenua.